What's the Fourth Amendment? No. This is important to everybody that you know the Fourth Amendment. What is it?
Sure, I know it.
So what is it? What is it?
The right of freedom.
You're causing a riot. That's disorderly. Can you arrest him? He's yelling.
Smart aleck. You're a smart aleck.
You're embarrassing yourself, dude.
You are embarrassing yourself.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Southern Draw Law. My name is James White, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, former police officer. Today's video comes to us from the YouTube channel called the Random Patriot. It depicts a gentleman named Justin who does First Amendment audits in Arkansas. I first noticed his content a couple of months back, but it really stood out to me as exceptional in one of his latest videos. And it caused me to start looking at his other videos and pay attention to how his interactions generally play out. Now, I've done some heavy editing for the purposes of our discussion, but I encourage you to go to Justin's page, the Random Patriot. Tell him Southern Draw Law sent you and watch all of his videos. He really deserves credit for doing this and for sharing his experiences. In the course of watching his videos, what has occurred to me is that he takes a very measured approach to the interactions. He's very nice, and he's even complimentary to officers who are polite to him. His approach really reminds me of Sean Paul Reyes' approach on the Long Island Audit YouTube channel, but with an even more relaxed style. Sean Paul is very polite and professional, but if you were just listening to audio of Justin's interactions, you might think that he's one of the cops. His speech blends right in, and he calls them brother and dude, and he just is relaxed in the way that he speaks. He also calls them on their crap, and it's obvious that he observes the roadhouse approach to niceties, which is, as we've all learned from Dalton, you be nice until it's time not to be nice. Now, I'm not saying either style is better than the other. I comment on the work of auditors to try and clear up the legal nuance associated with the cases or some of the assertions made by both sides during the interactions. But one thing I try to never do is build my content around being overly critical of auditors or auditing styles. And here's why. It takes a certain level of courage to get on here, put your face out in the forums, face public scrutiny, and comment on the way other people do things without actually doing it for yourself. I have a certain background and experience that allows me to add some insight into legal matters, and if I were to give what I do a courage number on, say, a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 2. But to go out into the streets, good or bad, right or wrong, be uncomfortable, actively fight against adrenaline, fight or flight, and build composure to put government officials in their place, be willing to go to jail, and expose themselves to the seemingly unlimited tools available to a motivated police officer to retaliate, and to do it just as publicly as what I do, such that it gives us and other people like us something to talk about, well, that's a different level of courage. I'd rate that more like a 7 or 8 on a 1 to 10 scale. Just so you know, I reserve the 9s and the 10s for people who are willing to or who have been willing to take rounds to the chest for our flag and in fighting for our freedom physically, and so I believe the highest courage numbers belong to our active and former service members. That said, everyone has a different style, and that's their right to do it however they want. I do think that certain styles lend themselves to less trouble, and I certainly have certain styles that I prefer to watch over others. It's just my personal preference. But what I really found in Justin's content was a single shining example of how a law enforcement agency leader should handle an audit. And then I saw a bunch of very poorly handled ones, but one kind of stood out as the most recent really bad one, and I thought it would be a good basis for an episode of Good Cop, Bad Cop. So with that said, let's get into it.
Oh, bro, left his computer on. What's up, dude? Well, I think you left your car on, brother.
No, my car's not.
Oh, the dash is blinking stuff. Does it just do that all day?
It does.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Lieutenant Sullivan, Police Department. What's your name?
Cool, I'm Justin. Nice to meet you, man.
Did you have some idea I can see?
No, sir. I don't.
No idea?
No.
Arkansas is one of the 15 ID states, so I'm going by.
There is no way you believe that. All right. Since you're starting off this way, do you have somewhere higher than you? Because I promise you that's not correct, and you're going to get your whole town into a lawsuit, and I don't want to go that way. I've been having a great day. You don't want to go that way either.
But if you just tell me your name.
I'm not telling you my name. I'll tell you my first name, and we're stopping there, and I'm not answering any more questions. If you want to ID me unlawfully, you're going to lose your job and your qualified immunity.
Can I ask you what you're doing?
I'm working on a story.
For who you with?
I'm an independent journalist. What's your name?
Solomon, Lieutenant Solomon.
Solomon?
Yes, sir. Okay, let me explain something to you. Can I explain something?
I'll listen to you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. This day and time, there's all sorts of things going on.
We're in one of the most safest times to date in world history. Tell me a safer time in world history than right now.
Okay.
So don't say in this day and time, because cops always say that, and it's stupid.
Okay.
You can start over, though, if you want to.
let me just put it like this.
Yep.
You know, if we see somebody looking at our police cars,
Come talk to me, sure. But don't threaten to arrest me if I don't give you my ID.
I didn't threaten to arrest
You just did,
No,
brother.
I didn't. I just said Arkansas is one of the 15 ID states.
That's not correct.
A demand or request.
Nope,
you
that's
have
not
to
correct.
provide some identified
Get a lawyer
information.
out here. If you think that's true, you need to look into it because you're going to get yourself in trouble. That is not true, and I'm 1,000% positive, and I can show you case law and Supreme Court rulings and everything. 100%. What's the Fourth Amendment? No. This is important to everybody that you know the Fourth Amendment. What is it?
Sure, I know it.
So what
We
is
all
it?
know
What is it?
The right of freedom.
No way you just
free
said that.
speech.
No, that's the First Amendment.
You know
You
what
need
it's
to
all-
go study the Constitution, and until you do, don't say a word to me, please. Go back inside, look up the Constitution, and read those rights and learn them. Memorize them, then come out. Other than that, you don't know what you're doing or what you're talking about, and you don't need to be a lieutenant. And I'm sorry I'm getting mad, but that is ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself for not knowing the First or the Fourth. Walk of shame right there, and it's deserved. Oh, they're locking me out? Lieutenant Solomon, you're opening your city up for a lawsuit by allowing this door to be locked because of me. This lady right here. Uh-oh, they're sending the sheriff out here. The sheriff showed up.
Hello, sir. How are you?
What's up, guys?
Good.
All right, I can come in now. They weren't letting me in a minute ago. You know, that's a lawsuit if I wanted to. What's your name, sir?
I'm Sheriff Eric.
Oh, you're the
County.
sheriff.
County. Yeah.
Awesome, nice to meet you, sir. I'm Justin.
Good mix, Justin.
So why'd they send the sheriff down here for a guy with a
Nobody
camera?
sent the sheriff.
They-
We all monitor the radio traffic.
Hey, dude.
If
Hey,
we
hold
get a
on. Before
call-
you lie on camera.
If we get a call over the radio.
No, I heard them call the sheriff
if
down
we-
here. I heard them on. I have them on video calling the sheriff down here.
Anyway.
So now you're lying on camera. So now I don't even want to talk to you either, dude.
If we
Goodness.
get a call, we're
Just
gonna
be real.
respond.
Just be a real person for 2 seconds. Why can no one just be a real person in
You be
here?
a real person.
I am.
Yeah, you're in here causing a problem.
No, I'm exercising my rights.
Yeah, but if it becomes disorderly,
I told you my
then
name's
you're-
Justin
then
like
you're
6
being
times,
disorderly.
dude.
I have a right to ask you last
Okay.
You can ask, and I don't have to tell you.
As
It's
long
public.
as you're civil, there's not a problem.
I'm civil, brother.
That's what I'm saying. But if it did become disorderly, then you could be charged with disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
But until then,
Don't-
as long as you're
You were
civil,
also, it's private property back
That's
there.
public.
Other
If
than
you
police
park your
back
cars
there.
back there, that's public.
The other cars are not
And
public.
even if it was private, I have to be trespassed before I've committed a crime. So no one in here knows what the hell they're talking about. This is getting crazy. He said that he can make me ID just because he wants to. That is mind blowing that he thinks that.
Because
He doesn't know what the
because
he
they
didn't,
don't know what you're doing.
I asked him what the Fourth Amendment was, and he says freedom. That's not. That's embarrassing, dude. You and you and you
that's
and
where
you
you're
all
wrong.
signed.
That's where you're wrong.
Did no.
when you go to the academy, the only thing you're required to do is to
Brother.
to read it, become
Did
familiar
you?
with it.
All right, I'm about to
and
own you.
know where you can
Get
look
ready,
up
brother.
the laws.
Get ready.
You get ready.
You
get ready.
You swore an oath to the Constitution when you were signed in, and I could find that on video, I bet. So you swore an oath to the Constitution.
Okay, so you were there.
No,
Now you're lying.
but that is what
See, you
all
just
police
lied.
do.
You're telling us we're lying.
No,
You're lying.
it is required.
No, you're
If
looking
you
up
didn't-
and to the right because you don't know. You're trying to. You're making
Dude,
it up.
you
I'm
listen.
So you can.
So you didn't swear an oath. So you didn't swear an oath.
I can tell you you're being.
You can call me whatever you want.
See.
It doesn't hurt my
I'll
feelings
be
like it does
as civil
yours.
as you're being. It's not hurting my feelings.
It obviously is.
I've been doing it for 25
So you
years.
did
You know
not-
how many people have called me
So
or worse?
answer me this.
I don't
Did
have
you
to answer
did
you.
you sign
That's where
it?
you're
Did you swear
wrong.
an oath to the Constitution?
That's where you're wrong.
He
I
says he
don't have to
didn't.
answer
So you
you.
did. This sheriff he does not believe in the Constitution, and he did not swear an oath
That's
to it.
what you believe.
You're gonna have to get out.
If you continue, and
Yes,
this
ma'am.
becomes
Yes, ma'am.
disorderly, I explained to you
Yeah.
at that point it would be a disorderly conduct.
Dude, chill out. You're stupid. You don't even know that you swore an oath to the Constitution.
No, I'm not answering
You
you,
walk
is what I'm
around
doing.
thinking that you have no
I
duty
answer
to the Constitution.
The people, the residents
The
of Van Buren
Constitution.
County. Do you live
The
in Van Buren
Constitution.
County?
The
Do you live here
Constitution.
in Van Buren County?
No, I don't.
Then I don't answer to you. Have a good day, sir.
Do you get state taxes? Do you
Have a
get
good
federal
day,
taxes?
sir.
Do you get state and federal taxes?
Have a good day, sir.
So you don't know brother.
Have a good day, sir.
You guys don't know anything here. You don't
Have a
get.
good day,
No, you
sir.
can't. That's freedom of speech. That is.
Have a good
That's
day,
freedom
sir.
of speech. You don't know the Constitution.
You obviously
What's
don't
freedom
know
of
the
speech
statute
mean?
Of disorderly conduct. If you incite a riot,
If you
incite a riot,
what
which
riot am I
includes-
inciting?
Which includes any
Freedom
more-
of speech,
any
brother.
More than 2 or 3 people.
Freedom
in one
of speech.
location, then you are.
You guys are the making the right, then not me. I'm by myself.
Making it right. You're the one.
I'm by myself.
Stupid and dumb, and you're the one that's.
You guys are the ones that are supposed to know the Constitution, and I know it 10 times more than you. Your whole job is to uphold the Constitution.
Our whole job is to uphold the
The
state laws that are in
Constitution.
the statute.
Nope. What's more important than state laws? Federal laws.
Federal law doesn't supersede
It
state
absolutely.
law.
No way.
That's
You just
where
said
you're
that.
wrong.
No. Yes, it
That's
does.
Where you're wrong.
Yes, it does. I promise
You're
you.
wrong.
If the
We
Supreme
have to
Court
enforce
if the Supreme
state
Court
laws,
says Arkansas state
city
law is
and state
wrong, then
laws.
it's wrong and over with. Arkansas doesn't get to say, well, we get to do whatever we
Arkansas
want.
Constitution.
You're embarrassing yourself on the internet.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not. You're embarrassing
Say your name
yourself
again.
because you came
If
here-
you don't think you're embarrassing
you
yourself,
came
what's
here-
your name?
I won't say my name until you say yours. I already said it.
I already said it.
No, you didn't. You didn't give us your full name.
I don't have
told
to.
you my full name and who I work
Yeah,
for.
because it's your job to. It's not
That-
mine. I'm a
yeah.
private citizen. You
That's
are
right.
not.
But you're
You're the
requesting
government.
it.
You are the
You're requesting
government.
it.
Right now, I'm the people.
Requesting it, and
Listen to
if
me.
You request my name.
I'm
then
the
I request
people.
yours.
You're the government right now, and I'm the people. And this is what
Show
the
me
government's
law right
doing.
now. Show me the law right now that says that I have to give you my name.
That's in your
And
policy.
who I am.
That's in your policy.
I'm asking you.
Give me 2 minutes and I
We
could look
wrote
it up.
We wrote the policy. It's our policy.
And then you should know it, dude. You're embarrassing your entire
I
county.
do know what I'm doing.
You're embarrassing your county, and you're not going to get reelected now.
Sit down and try to
You're gonna
pick
be screwed.
out of the Constitution specific things.
Dude,
that
it's
try
not
to
even
cover
pick
what
out.
somebody-
It's blatant.
No, it's
it's
not.
blatant.
No,
It's
it's
First
not.
Amendment right. First.
No, it's not.
What are the 5 elements
No,
of the
it's
First
not.
Amendment?
No,
You don't
it's
know
not.
it. You should be proud to say it, regardless of whatever I said
If
before.
you want to set up an
You should be
interview
proud
with
to
me,
say
you
it.
come by my office.
You should be
anytime.
proud. I'm not talking to you, dude.
I'm not confronting you out in public and you trying to somehow attack me or
I
sideline
wasn't.
or
He came out trying to attack
blindside
me. You were
And-
called because of me.
Talk about somebody being dumb. You
Or
realize
the
that
lady
when a
did. The lady
radio is
did.
on for
I have it
every
on
police
film, dude.
department-
I have it on
So
film.
you don't want me to say this because it's going to make you look dumb.
Say whatever you want. Go ahead.
Okay, you realize
I'm
that
about to
when a
embarrass
radio
you.
is on, that a radio's on. If any officer hears,
That's not what
dispatch
happened.
It doesn't matter.
I
who
have
they
it
call.
on film,
You
dude.
could have 6
What do
people
you not
right
get
down
about I
here.
have it on film?
Dude, 6 people were
What?
not dispatched down here. It just went across the radio.
No.
And we always
Yeah, the
go
lady-
and back up any
He-
call.
dude, okay, he walks in crying about what I said to him. Then that lady immediately says, call the sheriff down here, and I have it all on film.
You are specifically saying the sheriff was called down here. My phone didn't ring. And no
Okay,
one called me
so
on the
they did
radio.
it over the radio.
There you go. It's a open
They called
broadcast
you
system.
down over the radio.
I specifically, when I took off.
So did they call you down over the radio? So did they call you down? So did they say call the sheriff down here? So did they say you're causing a
Nobody
riot?
said.
You're
Nobody
that's
said.
disorderly. Can you arrest him? He's
You're
yelling.
a smart aleck. You're a smart aleck.
You're embarrassing yourself, dude.
You are embarrassing yourself.
I heard them do it, dude. I heard them do it.
See,
It's
you're
on
right.
video.
See, you're totally wrong. You didn't even know what you're talking
They
about.
said
You
call the
just lied.
sheriff
You're
down here.
embarrassing yourself.
It's on video. I'm not
It
lying.
is on video.
Video don't lie.
It's a recording.
Video
that
don't
911
lie.
dispatch,
Dude,
and neither does that.
Walk away. You're embarrassing yourself.
You're ridiculous.
Everything you say is wrong. I have it
You're
on
so
camera.
embarrassing yourself.
You're stupid, dude.
You're stupid.
All you can do, okay, whenever you start repeating, that means you have nothing left to say and you're
No, it
embarrassing
means that
yourself.
you keep repeating everything you said just 5 seconds ago because you have
All right,
nothing
dude.
new. Just
You're
saying.
dismissed. How about that? You're dismissed. How about that?
Thank you for dismissing me.
You're welcome. I'll see you later.
Maybe I will if you come see me.
God,
come
I
visit
hope
me.
so. Because you're content. You're nothing
You're
but
so
content.
welcome to come visit my office anytime.
I'll be
you
up there in
want.
a little bit. How about that?
That is wonderful.
Before you close today, I'll see you up there.
I made the sheriff's office.
Give everybody
an
a
open
warning.
door. Yes.
Yeah, not unlike the police station. Is not open door. They locked it on me. So you're just proving how they were wrong for locking the door.
If there's a woman here by herself,
She's not. There's like 4 cops in there, dude. You're making as you go. You're dismissed. Go back to your freaking office. You want to have a standoff?
and you don't like me right now, and you're upset with me, is because I'm standing here and
No,
talking
I'm-
to you civilly.
Now
and
you're
what
making.
doing is
You're.
lying
You know what
and saying
assuming does.
You're being disorderly.
You know what assuming does, right?
See, that's childish.
You know what assuming does,
You
right?
right now have a 5-year-old's
No,
attitude
you're
of being
assuming.
a child.
Says the guy that was just repeating everything I would say. Says the guy that was repeating everything I
would say in my
said.
experience in 25 years,
Dude,
I'm
you're
dealing
dumb
with
as hell.
somebody that's
This is-
probably mental unstable-
I've never
mentally
met a cop
unstable.
so childish in my life, and
You're
I have.
being childish.
I have hundreds of
I'm treating you with
videos.
the same respect and level of
This
education
is
that you're
ridiculous.
treating me.
Y'all should be embarrassed right now, dude.
Honestly, as it relates to these particular interactions, I'm not going to comment much on the law or case law because Justin does an excellent job of instructing on the law in question and providing screenshots as an overlay to the video during periods when he's disproving the officer's assertions. It's obvious that Arkansas law does not require ID in the absence of reasonable articulable suspicion of criminal activity, and Justin does a great job of standing on his rights and not giving an inch in the face of tyranny. To me, The most disheartening part of these audits is when you see people in leadership acting more egregiously than their subordinates do. You know, you call for a sergeant or a lieutenant even, expecting that when they arrive, they'll be the voice of reason, only to see them act worse than the first officer. That tells you everything you need to know about the leadership in that department. And I've said this a bunch, and I believe it. It applied to me as an officer, and I believe it's true even more now. Cops understand the law just enough to misunderstand it. I don't say this in any way to disparage any officer anywhere, but it doesn't take a genius level IQ to be a police officer. In fact, I could persuasively make the argument that people with higher intelligence don't make good rank and file members of the military or police departments. They are often people who question everything, and those personality types don't necessarily mesh well in a supervisor-subordinate or paramilitary organization. I was one of those people, and I accept that as a boundary to the type of human being that I am. It's my personality makes it difficult to work in that sort of supervisor-subordinate structure. It's hard to supervise someone who thinks or maybe even knows that they're smarter than you are. This could also be the reason that sometimes you see auditors like Justin who are more intelligent, more articulate, and more cerebral about their understanding of the law than the police officers they're auditing. But it's very difficult, even if you're smart and gifted and a people person, to become the sheriff or chief of police in a law enforcement agency. So I really hate it when I see guys who've worked their way up the ranks of the department and developed the political network to be a leader of an agency, only to piss it away by being the type of person who not only doesn't know the law, but they're not even curious about it, as one of our old judges would have said. In YouTube videos, you often see patrol officers or courthouse security that don't know the law or understand constitutional parameters, but it's not necessarily because they don't care or that they're tyrants. They just don't know. I blame their leadership in those situations. Sometimes these guys just aren't rocket surgeons and they don't grasp it, and it's the job of their leadership to make sure they're squared away. Also, I'm not sure if this is really public knowledge, but in most states there's a pretty large educational and training gap between a bailiff or court security or a jailer and a patrol deputy. In a lot of states, court security, school resource officers, and jailers have a shortened training requirement and are not post-certified officers. So they don't receive constitutional training the same that the post-certified officers do. Oftentimes, they're just security guards working a part-time retirement job. In my opinion, it's honestly guys like Sheriff Eric Kuntz who are responsible for everything that's wrong with American law enforcement. Sheriff Kuntz is willing to spend all day on the public dime if that's what it took for him to feel like he came out on top in the conversation with Justin. He embarrassed himself, his community, and taught the officers in Clinton nothing about constitutional auditing, except that he gave them another example of us versus them. It's completely lost on him that there is no duty of the general public to know the laws. He's conducting himself in a way that will embolden his subordinates to be worse than they already are. He is a poor example of leadership. I feel bad for people who have to deal with anyone who marinates in that level of narcissism such that they are willing to take any pathway, even if gaslit by their own insecurities, simply to feel like they won. This is what you get when you police by ego and you lead by caring more about being right than you do about doing right. Now let's contrast that with Justin's interaction with Chief Matt Edwards of the Lone Oak Police Department and Sheriff John Staley of the Lone Oak County, Arkansas Sheriff's Department.
What's up? We are here in Lone Oak County at the courthouse. It's in the city of Lone Oak. Lone Oak, L-O-N-O-K-E, is actually named after a lone oak tree. Hello, I was just reading your signs real quick. I'm working on a story. I was just coming in to work on my story here in the building. I don't need to go in the courtroom. What's that?
Don't record me.
Do you work for the public? Who do you work for, ma'am?
I work for the sheriff's office.
Okay, then I can record you. It's actually my First Amendment right to do that. If you work for the government, I'm allowed to record anyone that works for the government in their course of duty.
Anything you have in your pockets goes in the bucket.
Sure. I'm not here to start anything with anybody. I just wanted you to know that. Hey, how are you? I'm not trying to bother you. I'm just working on a story. Just wanted to see what you had displayed for the public in here. What's up? I'm just working on a story, just looking at everything that's for display in the building.
What kind of story you doing?
It kind of changes as you go. Right now, I'm just trying to document everything that's in the Lone Oak building. But as I'm here, I'll explore more historical things about Arkansas. I usually look for historical things, but honestly, I'll just straight tell you, honestly, sometimes it turns into cops being called because I have a camera and people don't like that. And so Sometimes it turns into that. I was checking that out when I first got here. It's a 3-inch rifle, they were calling it.
Yeah, they've got the rods out there in the glass cases.
Oh,
that
for
they
real?
used to stuff the cannonballs in it. You
Out
want to get
here?
those glass cases?
Oh, I didn't know that's what that
They go
was.
to the cannon.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Y'all shut the door on me?
Oh, we were just talking about something.
Talk about me?
No,
Why you shut the door on me then?
it wasn't on you. We just sometimes close the door like when court's going on and we're having
Okay.
conversations.
So you don't care if I'm filming, but as soon as I leave, you're gonna shut the door on me?
No.
Oh, I can ask you. I'm not saying you can. I'm just asking you.
No,
It was a question.
I think you're being very defensive. We're not trying to attack you at all. We were just talking.
Well, you're like, hey, go check out this, and then the door shuts.
Oh no, I was just talking to her.
Hey, go outside and look at that, and then the door shuts.
That's historical.
And then the door shuts.
You're being weird.
You're being weird. You guys are being weird. You didn't need to shut the door on me.
Right.
Oh no.
I'm not. You don't need to be combative in our office. None of us.
I'm not combative. I was laughing. You
I
got.
asked you why you're being combative with us.
When was I being combative?
And I asked you if we want to close our office.
When was I being combative?
You want me to lock it?
Well, you can't do that. If you lock it, then you need to lock it for everyone. Here, just so you guys know, and I'm not trying to be mean, but if you shut that for me, you got to shut it for everybody. You can't just pick and choose me.
Nicely.
You can't pick and choose me.
Move on.
It's everyone or no one. It's everyone or no one. This camera has nothing to do with it.
She just asked you nicely to move on.
And I don't have to, but I really was. But I don't like being told what to do either. I was literally walking away.
Okay, well, something that you said or something that you did, she felt was aggressive. So it.
Well, I have it all on camera,
I have
thankfully.
the
Thankfully,
right to ask you to move on.
No, you actually
if
don't.
They feel that way.
you don't though. So law
Yeah, because my
trumps
job
feelings.
is to secure them
But you-
from the public.
But you, no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I promise you, it's not. So your job is
That is what I
to
sit
follow
over
the
here
law.
8.5
Your job's
hours
to
a day
follow the
for.
law, and their feelings don't trump the law. Feelings do not trump the law. Okay, let's everyone calm down and de-escalate a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm asking you to move on away from this office.
If you move on, I'll move on. If you go that way, I'll go that way.
Well, take off.
You first. I'll take every step you take.
Okay, well then we'll walk together. So go.
I'm not going with you. I'm going the opposite way you go. So whatever way you go, I'll go the opposite. How about that? I don't like being told what to do for no reason. I'm not trying to go in there, sir, just so you know, but if you do shut that for me, you have to shut it for everybody.
We're trying to have court down there and you're being really loud. So I need y'all to move. Please.
You can't.
Thank
All right. I'm not going to interrupt anything.
I'm not gonna argue with her.
All right, I'm not going to argue with you either, sir. Can I get your name real quick, please?
No, sir.
Do you work for the public?
I do not.
You don't?
I do not.
Well, then where do you have business telling anyone what to do?
Because I'm in charge of this courtroom.
So you don't have any business
Get
telling
outta
me
here.
what to do? No.
Go on.
If you don't work for the public, I don't want to hear from you, sir. Are you just a normal citizen, or do you work for the public?
I don't work for anybody with the Judge Parker. And you're interrupting my court.
I'm not interrupting anything.
Just go.
Hey, if you quit talking to me, I'll quit talking to you, and then there's no sound. So what am I
You just
am I
want to argue with
interrupting?
somebody, so just go.
I'd rather you just left me alone, honestly.
Well, you started it. Go.
No, I didn't. Y'all started it. I'm minding my own business asking questions about the building. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about this building and Lone Oak, and that's all I've been doing this entire time, and I have it all on video.
Okay.
So you guys are starting stuff with me because I have a
Ask
camera,
you to keep it down because we're out trying to have court.
and I'll agree to that.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
So if you have that badge on, it says you work for Lone Oak County, so you do work for the public, so you do need to tell me your name.
Yes.
What's his name?
My name's Bobby.
I'm going to find it one way or another. Please
Bobby.
just tell me your last name and what your position is here. Otherwise,
I'm a
you have no
bailiff
business.
Here at Lone Oak County.
All right, and what's your last name, sir?
McMillian.
Thank you.
Thank you. That sound funny? Is that you? He's downstairs.
Oh, excuse me.
What's going on? That's not telling me anything.
I got a call from the ladies downstairs about a bad person in there.
Oh, combative. So the fire truck here?
Asked him to leave.
I was trying. Oh,
He said, "Tell him that there's two lines."
Oh, weird. Well, there's she told 2 lies right off the bat, and I have it all on film, but
What's going on?
I'm not being combative with anyone. I've been extremely polite. All I've done is ask questions about the building and about Lone Oak, trying to find out more about the history, and I have it all on film from the very second I got here. So this all started when I was actually just talking to some ladies down here in this back office, and they were being cool. They're like, oh, you can film, check this out, check that out. And then they're like, hey, check that out in the hallway. So I go check it out in the hallway, and the door slams behind me. But it didn't shut. It kind of slammed and then came back open. So I was just like, what? Did you guys slam the door on me?
No.
And that was all I did. I kind of said it just like that, like kind of with a laugh. And then they were like,
Let me
blah,
stop.
blah, 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 blah.
Let me stop for just a second. I got to slow a lot of people down.
All right, good deal. Wow. So emergency?
Everything's 10-50.
Yeah. Like, I'll talk to you guys. I wasn't doing anything.
You're fine. You got to understand, we got a heightened sense of
No, you're
alert when somebody presses a
They shouldn't have done that.
The sheriff's office comes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
The
guys.
sheriff's office comes,
Holy
the
crap.
police
Look.
Thanks up.
What's up, guys? It's just me.
How are you?
Hey, no, I'm cool, man.
This is Sheriff Staley.
Hey, I'm Justin, dude.
Yeah, what's up?
I didn't know
You want to calm the...
I don't mind talking to him again. I'll tell him what happened
No, you're
again.
fine.
What's up, Sheriff? I thought someone was hurt or something. I didn't know this was over me.
This is Sheriff John Staley. I'm Chief Matt Edwards, the Lone Oak Police
Yes,
Department.
sir. How's it going?
When we get an alert,
Wow.
y'all go. Yeah. Sheriff say go 10-8.
Wow, guys.
Sheriff say go 10-8.
Come on. Go down here. What's up?
What's up, brother? Well, I think down there might be the person that this is over, so I don't want to go down there if they're scared of me or something. So, yeah. So I have everything on film since the minute I got here. I'm just checking out. I'm learning about the history of Lone Oak, about the courthouse. I've been extremely polite with everyone, just like I am right now, asking questions. And they were cool, too. They're like, hey, check this out, check that out. I don't care if you film. And then they were like, hey, go check out those little cannon pushers out in the hallway. So as soon as I walk out in the hallway, they slam the door behind me. But it doesn't shut, it kind of slams and opens. And I kind of laugh and like swing it back open. And I was like, did y'all just slam the door on me? And then that's when they were like, I don't feel comfortable with you in here filming. Whenever the lady 2 seconds ago just said, I don't care that you film, check this out.
That's the one on the left?
All the way down at the left.
Okay.
And then so I said, and I have it all on camera, I'm not trying to bother y'all. If you don't want me in here, no problem. I was just wondering why y'all said, check this out with a smile and then slammed the door behind me.
Yeah, okay.
And then that was it. That was literally the height of the disaster.
Okay, here's what we got.
Second floor. I've been down here.
It's
Yeah.
just the alarm button that was pressed.
Oh, the security lady might have did it.
Did you talk to our security?
She came down and said I had to leave the building. And I told her, I'm not trying to start anything. I'll walk away, but I don't need to leave the building.
We'll take care of that.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you're good, but when they push an alarm, we don't know what it is. We
Oh.
don't do like the 911 call.
No, you guys did what you were supposed to do. Yeah.
It's a hey, come on.
Right. Yeah.
Come fast.
I thought someone was hurt. I was trying to get out of the way. I didn't know it was me. I was like, what the heck?
If you want to let them all go. And,
I
hey, Danny, will you turn my lights off? Yes, sir. I'll find out what was pushing. But you're welcome to be here.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Like, this is a courtroom. If you went in those doors,
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
we're serving marked. If it's a courtroom, well, you're well versed in this.
The only rooms I went in that were clearly for the public to go in, you know.
Yeah, like this here. You see, that's the.
I didn't go in there.
Judge,
Yeah. I can't just walk in there.
We got a lot of history about this. You want to talk about it?
So what I've learned about when the building was built, about the cannons. Lone Oak is actually named after a lone oak. Didn't know that.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, this here, that's voter registration. You're welcome to go talk to them. You know the rules.
Yeah.
Actually, I watched it. A couple
You do? All right, cool. I was wondering if you knew who I was, because I was going to tell you one way or another,
I
but
see it every once in a while. I review that stuff because we're big. We're constitutionalists. Matt worked with me for years.
good deal.
He's the chief over here now.
Okay.
Whenever they push a button, we're all going to come because we don't know what it is. It's not like a call that says, "Hey,
Right.
well, this is what we've got." If that was a call, Matt would have showed up and handled it.
Imagine
Right
hitting
from my
Imagine hitting that button, knowing what's going to happen over me.
Well, we're gonna.
Over me.
I'll put together.
Well, next time you're going to be like, is this a real emergency or is it a guy with a camera?
But what I'll do is get with all the elected officials, and I'll go over with them exactly what this is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, even if you didn't know what this was, it's a guy with a camera.
Right.
It's a guy with a phone in his hand on a stick.
I agree. We agree.
You know.
But yeah,
Yeah.
of course, there's no trouble here. We just
Cool.
We're coming to make sure.
Exactly when I came in and they said they pointed to you, and I'm like,
That-
okay, what's going on?
That's when I was like, oh, I see
I was
what's
like,
happening.
let's just
Dean's going-
try to figure that out.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you think, because that's like any other 911 call or any other call for service. If it's you don't want to second guess it, so we all come.
No matter what, yeah.
But as you've seen, we come from all different ways.
Now, obviously, Sheriff Staley and Chief Edwards care about the Constitution. I'm telling you from personal experience, it is next to impossible to switch so effortlessly from a high adrenaline run to a call like a panic alarm where you have no idea what's going on and expect the worst, and immediately exercise incident command, de-escalate, and also manage to get your emotions under control such that you are able to interact properly while pushing through the adrenaline of the situation like these guys did here. Matt Edwards was not rude at all. He just said, I need to stop you for got to slow a lot of people down. All he was concerned about was making sure that we don't lose lives, that we don't lose community resources by crashing police cars, that we don't have a huge overreaction at the courthouse, all because somebody had an initial overreaction. So many times you see law enforcement agencies starting bad and doubling down on that bad, and that is not what happened here. There was no cop-splaining, there was no making excuses, there was just an immediate recognition that there was no emergency. They immediately left him and they went out to these individual offices, and you could actually, if you watch his video in its entirety, which I encourage you to do, you can actually see the sheriff in these individual offices having conversations with these people, immediately taking action to back up the commitment he made to make sure everybody was trained. These guys get an A+ as far as I'm concerned. In closing, I just think the way Justin audits is how you make change. I also think it's as important, if not more so, that we praise what's right as well as condemn what's wrong in the auditing community. If all we do is put these folks on the internet and have the online community shout them down regardless of how they handle an audit, there is zero incentive for them to do it correctly. The auditing community, in my opinion, must give credit to the head of an agency doing things the right way, even if you don't like law enforcement. My commitment to that is to do good cop, bad cop episodes like this one to draw contrast. Now, I never make a call to action in my videos as it relates to voicing your opinion to the departments featured in my analysis, but I will here. If you're so inclined, I think it would be great to drop a card, make a call, leave a voicemail, or write an email thanking the sheriff and the police chief in Lone Oak, Arkansas for their commitment to getting this right. They could spend a little extra time across the street at the assessor's office or wherever that was, but their handling of the panic alarm gives me confidence that they'll get this sorted out. And after all, isn't that what we really care about? I think so. Anyway, that's all for this one, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe. My goal is to get us to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. I know it's a tall order, but I think we can count on you guys to do it. Until I see you again, take care. Always film your interactions with the police and keep your evidence to yourself.